Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and welcome to the 1v1 Rewind Gaming exclusive tournament. My name is Julius. I'm reporting live from the DFH Stadium. I will be solo casting this first round, and I will be joined by another co-caster afterwards. First off, we're going to see Ike Wolf face Fakerino. Um, and we shall see how this will be going, as Ike Wolf does have a very clear advantage and a rather strong win streak um, in these kind of smaller tournaments. We've seen him in the past with Rewind Gaming 1v1s in 2v2s and 3v3s. He is always on the ball. Not saying that Fakerino is not, but Eichel does seem to be a very dominant player. Right now, we're just waiting for the players to join, and so we'll do that once we have the players in the lobby, and we should get this going. So this is the first semifinal that we are going to stream here, and we are going to. What will be happening is that we will be streaming both semifinals, excuse me, and then the grand final. And we do see Fakerino has just joined into the lobby. So now right now we're just waiting for Ekwolf to join so we can get this started. All right. We're currently still waiting on Ekwolf. As I say that, he does join the match, and we are ready to get this Rewind Gaming semifinal started. All right. We're just waiting for them to join the teams now, as they are in the game lobby, and so this I believe is a $15 prize pool, and I believe you can also donate to the prize pool using the Maturino code, which our mods will put in the stream chat for you. So yeah, so we're just waiting for the players to join the teams now. All right. And if our players, Eichwolf and Fakerino, if they would join their respective teams, we can get this started. Here we go. Okay, there we go. We've joined in the teams, and let's do this. All right. So we're counting down, and both players are coming for the kickoffs. Rather a neutral kickoff, but going on to the orange side of the field. Fakerino pushing it over, leaving the ball alone essentially. Eichel coming after and makes the first goal. That was a slow goal, but it was a far goal as well. Coming in right over, not Fakerino leaving the goal exposed, trying to get there, but does hit off the goal post and into the goal. So we do see a 1-0 for Eichel for 11 seconds into the game. Next kickoff coming over to the orange side of the field now. Eichel trying to kind of staying on the ball, but losing it there, but not letting it go. Fakerino bouncing it off. However, he does not stand a chance as Eichel tries to make a goal, but Fakerino was there at the crossbar, and Eichel makes another attack. Fakerino defending again. Now Eichel. Right, Eichwolf is over on the orange side right now. Fagerino does slip away, go for the boost or something. As Eichwolf goes backwards, trying to make it backwards goal, but only it hits the roof. And so right now the ball is still in the orange field. Fagerino hitting it over, and Eichwolf not letting it anywhere near that goal. Hitting it off the backboard and making sure that ball stays in the air. Fagerino does seem to be more of a defensive player here, as he already has 2 saves and Eichel already has 3 aggressive shots, with one of them being a goal. So actually, never mind, 2 of them being a goal. And so Figurino does seem to be very defensive, but Figurino was focusing too much on getting the ball off of Eichwolf rather than defending his own goal there. Again, next up we do see a kickoff going on Eichwolf's side, but not leaving a chance and already scoring the third goal. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we do see 3-0 already. Eichwolf definitely showing where his legacy and where definitely showing his place in the community, and having a small bounce there from the back side as well. Alright, so right now this was actually a more neutral kickoff. As Eichwolf just hit over and scores the next goal. That was pretty predominant, as Maturino lost it right there from the kickoff, hitting it over and taking it essentially right into the goal from airstrike, pretty much. Now the Islam of the Elite does show where his title is off, essentially. Figurino and Eichwolf kind of battling there, as Eichwolf does take it over once again to the orange side, and once again scoring 5-0, 2 minutes and 8 seconds left of this game. Typical 1v1 quick foul goals here, but right now Figurino really does not have a chance, and really does not seem to be able to cooperate and to kind of even approach the ball. That was more of a neutral kickoff there, and Figurino does try to make an attack here, but Eichwolf being there right on time. The ball is free once again, and Figurino barely misses that goal as Eichwolf does take control of the ball once again, getting it over to the orange side and making the next goal there for Eichwolf. 6-0 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of this game. There we see again, the goal was free again. Figurino, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this, you do need to strengthen your defense. Be more towards the goal. Make sure, and if you are going for an attack, which does not seem to go, as Eichwolf just destroys him with a 7-0 there on the 2 minutes and 40 second mark. Now that was 11 seconds. That was pretty good. And so Eichwolf right now has 8 shots versus 1 shot from Figurino, definitely being the stronger one in the offense here. And Figurino does actually make a goal. That was a long shot. What did Eichwolf do wrong? If we do take a look at Eichwolf's camera in the replay, we see he goes for some sort of boost or something, unfortunately not having enough time to turn around, and Figurino being able to roll that ball in to the goal. Right, there we go. Next kickoff, Eichwolf and Figurino kind of taking both control on, but this kickoff did go in favor of Figurino, being on the blue side of the field, and Eichwolf once again having that ball fully in control. Figurino taking it off him. Figurino hitting it over to the blue side of the field on the backboard, kind of battling there, but Eichwolf does take control again. So right now, we do see where Eichwolf gets his name from and gets his call, I guess, and Eichwolf does make in that next goal. 8-1 for Eichwolf with 2 minutes and 3 seconds, so Eichwolf definitely has the stronger control of the ball. Alright, here we go, next kickoff. Eichwolf, this time from the corner positions, as the ball goes slightly into the blue side of the field there, and Eichwolf does again make that next goal. 9-1 for Eichwolf with that was a pretty short goal, 13 seconds, and again one of those typical airstrike goals and the typical 1v1 goals here, with just being very quick on the kickoffs and on very quick on the goals as well. Alright, next up, the ball is actually kind of jumping back and forth there. Figurino does make an attempt, but Eichwolf again not letting anything slip through and pushing it in, and making the putting this into a 10-1. The 1 minute and 45 seconds mark. So Figurino does have to make 9 goals in 145 seconds. That is very, very unlikely, but he might as well make it. Alright, so Ike Wolf right now has the ball in the blue field as Fakerino does make an attempt here, but unfortunately not enough, and as Ike Wolf just takes it up the backboard and but loses control there. Fakerino hitting it off, and but Ike Wolf again an airstrike might just be an airstrike goal. Unfortunately not. It's more towards the corner, but Fakerino doing the same thing but in the other direction, and this ball does land over to the blue goal there, but unfortunately not quite inside. Right now, we do see that that was nearly a goal onto the goal post, but Ike Wolf taking that chance of a free ball. If we do take a look at his camera perspective, as that ball bounces off that goal, he really hits it hard and really hits it into the orange goal. 11-1. This is nearly over for Fakerino, but lucky for him, this is a best of 3, so he still has one more game to show what he's got. And that, ladies and gentlemen, what happened there? Ike Wolf not doing anything. Fakerino just coming over. Was that a strategic error from Ike Wolf, or was that more of was that a technical problem? We shall see. He did write in chat whoops, which does indicate he kind of was not paying attention there. So right now 11-2 with 50 seconds left. It is very, very unlikely that Fakerino can take this into his favor. Now Fakerino does need to has a typical control over the ball that Ike Wolf normally has, but right now Fakerino does make that goal. That is very surprising. If we do take a look at from his perspective here, we do see that he has full control. That had full control this time, hitting it into lower left corner of the goal. Next kickoff, it again does go in favor of Fakerino this time, which is quite unlikely. But Fakerino does make a mistake in going from that for the ball from the other side. Now, if we do take a look, that Ike Wolf actually does make another score. Excuse me, I was not paying attention there. But Ike Wolf was hitting it over, and just Fakerino was going for some boost or something. They're essentially leaving the net exposed. Alright, we have about 14 seconds left. I cannot talk today. 14 seconds left. Ike Wolf tries to make another attempt, but essentially only passing it over to Fakerino. Fakerino takes it over, is on the blue side of the court, and as the timer hits 0, this first round does go to Ike Wolf. Now, Ike Wolf does have clear control over this game, and essentially he has more control over the ball than Fakerino. That there's no question there. So we shall see what happens in the next game. If Fakerino want to stand a chance against the legendary ESL Master, he will have to do something. He will have to change something, and he will have to change it now. Alright, so here we go. Next kickoff. Next kickoff does go to the orange side, but Fakerino he's making a strong defense there against Ike Wolf. And hitting it over maybe to the other half of the field, not even. Ike Wolf being there on just in time. Now, well, we do see that Ike Wolf has control in the air of the ball this time, and indeed that Fakerino does not stand a chance to even make a slight attempt at defending this. So Ike Wolf does make a goal into the lower left corner of the goal. Now, next kickoff from the middle side. Eichel not doing a thing. Is AFK? Was he busy with something else? Whatever he was doing, it did give Figurino a chance to catch up. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left of this game. This was only 9 seconds, as a matter of fact, this goal. And so Figurino does draw this game into a draw here, pull it into a draw. But what is Eichel doing? Was he AFK there? Probably. But right now, we do see Eichel kind of being there, just balls on the blue side of the field. Eichel maybe going for that? Yes, he does. He does take on full control of the ball. Figurino hitting it off there with a bash and taking over control, but unfortunately that was not enough. Just missing that ball by a couple of meters to the left side. But Figurino making another attempt. Eichel hitting it over, being there just in time with his typical defensive strategies. Right now, Eichel, the ball is on the blue side of the field. Eichel is right there, taking a chance, taking it over to the orange side of the field. Figurino, the ball was unfortunately too slow, so Figurino was there in time to defend this. Right now, this time of the Figurino's attempt to turn to attack. Couldn't get there in time, and Eichel hit it back over, barely missing that goal for the left side of the field. Right now, that was a quick goal. Quick shot on the with the ball over to the left side of the goal here. But right now, the ball is actually on the blue side of the field, which is kind of unusual, as Eichel does take control once again, taking it over to the other side and wanting to make a goal, but Figurino being there just in time to hit it off. Right now, Eichel does not even let it bounce to touch the ground there, and hitting it over once again, maybe preparing for another attack. But Eichel not having boost does definitely not help, as he does take control, kind of playing, does a 360, but misses that goal and puts it over to the left side, which is kind of now where's Eichel's energy gone? Where is his typical goals? Answer: it is right there. There we go. 2-1 for Eichel with only 2:11 seconds. So if we do take a look from Eichel's perspective, right there, he does take it off Figurino. Figurino being on the other side of the court. What was he doing? Looking for a boost or something? Leaving an open net. Essentially, Eichel does take the lead again. As this match is a 2-1 now. Right now, Figurino does have to strengthen more of his offense there in order to kind of be there and score another goal, as he only has 1 minute and 50 seconds to do so. And so at least this way he will get another chance to prove himself. And so he does actually pull this game into a tie with a 2-2 and 1 minute and 45 seconds with 34 seconds. 34 seconds. Typical 1v1 quick-fire goals right here. Right now, this is the next kickoff going over to the blue side of the field. Eichel, so Figurino did change a bit of his offense, I guess. But Eichel kind of dancing there with the ball spinning around, taking it over, but it's not leaving the blue side of the field just yet. So either Eichel was holding back on purpose, or Figurino has just strengthened his offense a bit. But right now, as I actually say that, the ball is on the orange side, going back over to the blue side, and Figurino does take that chance and does pull this game into a 3-2 and take this chance and pulls himself into the lead with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. 5 goals already, 5 goals, which is quite a strong amount. Right, next up, kickoff, hitting it over, and Eichel barely misses that goal. That was a close goal. A slow goal might do, but hitting it off the goalpost. If we do take a look at Fegorino's perspective on this goal, he takes it off immediately from the goalpost and hitting it over essentially a straight line right on the middle of the court, pulling himself 4-2, and so Eichhoff has 57 seconds, so just under a minute left to make two goals to at least pull this into an overtime. Should Ficarino win this, we will see a game three here, and we will see who will actually face the final. And Ficarino does make another goal with 5-2, a typical 1v1 goal, that is. Eichhoff kind of setting Ficarino up to do this, to make this goal. 40 seconds left on the field. 40 seconds left, and here we go with next kickoff, going over to the blue side of the field now. Eichhoff does take control of it, but Ficarino doesn't reject him there. Eichhoff again making the next attack and essentially making his next goal, 5-3, with Ficarino still being in the lead there by 2 goals, and 26 seconds left. Now, Eichhoff is very offensive here, but he's still behind with 2 goals. Again, something that we see very consecutively from Eichhoff. 1 goal behind. Something very consecutively that he does kind of play around with the players a bit, but then in the end he actually wins the tournament. And so he might do the same thing here, depending on his mood, I guess. So he does have 1 more goal to pull this at least into an overtime. Alright, so Eichhoff actually does pull this into an overtime. Very quick goal, 11 seconds. So this is quite typical 1v1 style. Ficarino kind of being there but not really in time. So Ficarino and Eichhoff, next kickoff. The ball goes more into the blue side of the field. As Eichhoff, however, does take control and does win this round, and with that he does take home, and he goes into he proceeds into the grand final of this 1v1 exclusive tournament. And so to see who Eichhoff is taking on, actually we have 7 seconds left, so 4 seconds, never mind, 4 seconds. Eichhoff tries to make another goal, and he does pull us into a 7-5 with 1 second left. Imagine that, 1 second left, so 1 more kickoff, and that should be a call for Eichhoff. So we shall see this 1 second kickoff here, starting off right now. He does take it over. Ficarino not being there, and he does score a 8-5 at 0-0. Now that is big GG's to Eichhoff, pulling a last minute goal in 0 seconds there. Is it playing around? Is it kidding around? We will never know, but what we will know is that Eichhoff does make himself pull himself into the grand final of this 1v1 exclusive tournament from Rewind Gaming, and who he will face in the grand final. We will see in the second semifinal, broadcasted right after this break. Hello and welcome back. This is the Rewind Gaming exclusive 1v1 tournament. My name is Julius. I'm reporting live from the DVH Stadium, and I'm now joined by my co-caster Base. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Well, I'm a bit late to the stream. I had to help out in the end, but it's fine. I'm here now, and we are going to see an amazing second semifinal. We know Ixo from last tournament, and he was a finalist in that tournament, who was playing really aggressive, so expect to see a lot of aggressive plays by Ixo once again.
Yeah, he had his killer kickoffs as far as I recall, in which he unfortunately he didn't win, but he did score quite a few goals against Eichhoff last week, last Thursday, I believe, against Eichhoff. So if Ixo wins this, we shall see a replay of the excuse me, of the final from last week. So this shall be very interesting.
Yes, and well, we will be definitely seeing. I'm excited to see how Sixter is going to play against an offensive player like Ixo, because from what I still know about Ixo was really strong on his kickoff, with Ike Wolf even wanting to know how Ixo even did it, and Ixo was also really good at like last minute flicks. So he didn't go for long shots at all. He was mainly just about those flicks in the end or a kickoff goal. He was very reliant against Eigolf on his kickoff. But with the other games, we saw him using that flick as well, and he was playing very relaxed. He was goofing around a bit in the semis and in previous week, I remember that we were like questioning, if he is this much playing around, this might become difficult in the final. And in the final, he wasn't fooling around anymore. So definitely an exciting player to see play. Very aggressive, very relaxed as well. But yeah, definitely a good player.
The other player that we have today is Sixer. I have not seen or heard of him, much of him before, but I don't know. Have you?
No, I haven't seen him before either. I believe so at least. Or
Well,
sorry if I'm wrong, Sixter,
we
but
shall see. We shall see. Sorry to cut you off there, but
no,
we
it's
shall
fine.
see. What we shall see what expects us here as we do hit for the kickoff of this match. As the kickoff was more to the favor of Ixo, as and Sixter being very defensive there, letting it drop, and Sixter kind of making offensive plays. As we just talked about, Ixo is very reliant on his kickoff, and he did not win this one, but he does make this goal.
Yeah, and we see Ixo immediately seeing that ball is going to the wall and then just driving straight up to it and then making a good judgment of how far the ball is away from that wall and making a good shot out of it.
That was indeed a very good shot, and Ixo does not lose this kickoff once again. Sixter making a slow dribble, but Ixo's not going to let that pass through. As the ball comes down that wall, and Sixer trying to make a play here, but essentially just passing it over to Ixo, who does drive past the goal, and Ixo kind of making over, but Sixer hitting over to the orange side of the field. So this is a lot of action already going on, even to some extent more than we saw in the other semifinal. But again, game other semifinal was actually also that this action packed. Ixo makes another goal there.
Yeah, and yeah, well, definitely good job seeing Sixter is doesn't have any boost, is stuck in a corner and just immediately coming back and getting an easy shot on target right there.
All right, that's yeah, definitely. He doesn't have any boost, which so his boost management is something that he has to definitely improve on. As Sixter doesn't try to make a chance there, trying to hit the crossbar, but Ixo not gonna let that through. and already pushing forward Ixo there without. Oh, actually, never mind. He does have boost, as that was a tactical demo there by Ixo, as he does come back and does make another goal again, seeing an open net.
Yeah, Ixo definitely switching up the play, making a tactical demo. I don't think Sixter would have seen that one coming because he looked like he was surprised to see Ixo come after him, and yeah, well, yeah, easy shot by Ixo after that demo.
That is very true. I mean, I would have done that as well if I had the chance to, but anyways, so
Yeah, Ixo is definitely on a rampage right here. Like, he misses the first shot, like, he sees the ball bounce, and immediately comes back after it, and Sixer's just mispositioned, not defending the goal, too far out of the goal, and then, yeah, he immediately gets finished.
Essentially leaving an open net, right? Which is not really what you need, and that was just 20 seconds. Imagine that. Again, typical 1v1 quickfire goals here, but Ixo wants to gain control of the ball, and then he does actually, and Sixter doing was going to open.
Yeah, Sixter definitely looks a bit outclassed right here, but it might have to do something with Ixo being incredibly aggressive in his plays. And we might see Sixter, if he gets on attack, maybe get a few chances at scoring some goals against Ixo, but he's losing kickoff after kick. Well, to be fair, that's not true, but he loses this kickoff so dramatically, he even gets scored upon for it. Good shot by Ixo nonetheless.
Yeah, good job by Ixo indeed. That was a goal right there from the middle line, and a quick goal at that. And so Ixo, as we already said, he uses those kickoffs very, very strategic. But right now, Sixter does kind of want to go for the ball, but Ixo does have more control over it. As Ixo hits over and maybe makes that in as Sixter. Oh my god, that was very, very close, hitting the goalpost there.
Yeah, Ixo trying some fancy things while being 6-0 up, going for a fancy seating shot, but not quite managing it, and hitting the post. But now Sixter is finally for once on the attack, and he is now being it twice. A soft shot first in the corner, and then a crossbar shot on his second attempt, and well, we see Ixo again attacking.
We do see Ixo again attacking. Sixter does go for that ball again, as he does hit it over, but Ixo not even letting Sixter touch that ball. So very, very aggressive plays on either side.
Yeah, and yeah, Ixo definitely showing off how good he is, and we see the first flick right there. He's warming up his flicks. He's warming up before he most likely needs to face Eichwolf in the final. But it's not over yet.
It is not over yet, and if he doesn't get to face Eichwolf, we do see a rematch, which kind of is very interesting to see, definitely. Now, Bais, just to fill in our viewers and what's happening exactly, is I'm facing a bit of a technical difficulty.
Yeah, well, we see Ixo again. He waiting till the last second and then making that shot, getting it past Sixter, and well, we see again. Well, Ixo definitely showing off what we saw from him last week, where he was incredibly aggressive, making defensive mistakes, but because he is so much on the attack, it didn't even matter. So, well, we definitely see it again. I mean, Sixter is definitely lost at the moment. He has, he has had 5 shots, but he had no offensive pressure whatsoever. Ixo has been attacking the wall game, and Sixter has been trying to get something going, and then even a 50-50 that he maybe could have scored ends up going into Ixo's way, and ooh, he fakes out Ixo right there, but doesn't do anything to capitalize on it. So it's really unfortunate right now for Sixter to do anything, because everything he tries to do, and then he gets faked out with the dribble by Ixo, and he might now have a chance. Now he demolished Ixo, but he is taking too much time, and it will not result into anything, as Ixo is now just wasting boost and giving him that free goal, just playing with Sixter and his mind.
What do you think? Who's the predominant player right now? Ixo or Sixter? As
Yeah, well, at the moment, Ixo is definitely, as I said before, the dominant player, playing really offensive, leaving Sixter no chance.
all right, just keep us going. Keep the viewers informed, as I will be right back and joining into the game again. Excuse me for my small technical difficulties here.
Yeah, and well, we will be seeing another game coming out by these guys, but if we follow what they have been doing uh, in this first game, it will be a one-sided game once again, with Ixo being very offensive and Sixter getting no chance in defense. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting going to be match. I mean, we saw last week Ixo not known by anyone, at least not by Eichwolf, and Eichwolf was surprised by Ixo. I think everyone knows who Eichwolf is. Eichwolf is one of the top 50 players, I believe, in EU.
They did just see him in the game, so even of viewers, we did just see Eichhoff kind of destroying his opponent in the previous semifinals. So in a way, he does make sure that he wins every single one of them small tournaments, even if he's Eichhoff, even if he's paired or alone, it doesn't really matter for him. But Ixo, right now, we will see if he takes home and makes it into the next final.
Yeah, and well, we definitely see Ixo being a little less aggressive this game, being a little more defensive. Sixter has a bit more chances. Maybe it's something that Sixter switched up about his own playing style, but at the moment, Sixter is.
But Ixo does make that goal there.
Yes. Immediately when I say he's slowing down, he immediately makes that goal. It's almost like the caster curse is hitting me again.
Once again, yes. But if Ixo does make that goal after, like, he is slowing down, but he's still taking goal, as he does take 4 minutes and 9 seconds left of this game, and compared to like 16 seconds right after the game began. So right now, Ixo does take over the ball, dribble goes over as Sixter is able to defend it and take it over back on the other side, and actually does make a goal as Ixo. What mistake did Ixo make there? That was kind of odd.
Yeah, Ixo not getting the touch he wanted and then just giving a pass to Sixter, who then gets an easy goal, really. I mean, he just had to shoot in a straight line.
He did, which is kind of a mistake in the way there. But Ixo does take control once again as Sixter. As Ixo didn't really get that much far, so he's trying it from the air this time, and but not being there fast enough, as just essentially just passing over the ball to Sixter. But that was again one of those technical demos by Ixo gaining him time, but Sixter not letting him through, and essentially does not get there in time. Oh my god, that was really good defense there by Ixo. But right now Ixo is taking it back into the blue goal and scoring.
Yes, and well, a good shot by Ixo, just getting that small little air drag, something Sixter hasn't seen. Again, he is definitely making sure he doesn't do the same thing over and over again. He's one time going for a small little air drag, then he makes a good kickoff. After that, he makes a demo play. The other time, he makes a wall shot. He's definitely keeping it mixed, so Sixter doesn't have any clue what Ixo is going to do.
Yeah, Ixo has plenty of tricks up his sleeve, as some would say. So it's definitely I guess various, but in IXO again taking control and again scoring one more time. What was Sixer doing?
Don't ask me. He's making the play. But yeah, Ixo definitely showing off a bit right there again. Just improving his overall uh, overall skill. Pretty much, he's just making sure he can do a lot of things, get better at a lot of things, and well, getting a good pinch right there and putting it into the top corner, leaving Sixter no chance again.
Once again, hitting it off the corner and then hitting it in. No, I wouldn't call those trick shots, but those are trick shots. But we did see how Sixer and IXO do definitely have like Sixer is a season 2 grand champion. Season 2 might be a long time ago, but we don't really see a grand champion in him right now. But as IXO does take over and is back on track and scoring the next game 6-1 for IXO for 2 minutes and 22 seconds left.
Yeah, and where last game was a Brazil, at the moment IXO is going to be making this almost a double Brazil if he keeps going like he's doing right now. If he just ups the pace a little bit more, he's going to make a double Brazil. Because yeah, well, he still has just over 2 minutes left, but seeing how IXO normally plays, he's now going to play really relaxed and do some fancy things. He's going to try out some fancy things, and yeah, well, definitely going to be interesting if IXO is going to continue scoring the goals.
I mean, we do see that IXO does kind of push forward, but right now I think this is rather tactical, leaving Sixer giving him a chance. But IXO already being there, and so right now we do see that IXO is over on the blue side of the field as and drives up the ball up to the wall and putting it in from the air. I thought that was gonna hit the crossbar.
Yeah, and IXO showing off what he can do right here, getting a nice air direct from the wall and then just making a good shot right there.
That was really good. Okay, next kickoff. This is heated up, but it's a 7-1 for IXO, but still heated up. As what is the player doing there? IXO driving backwards, kind of again showing off. Sixer does take control of the ball and takes over and kind of hits it off the backboard, and Sixer wanting to make that in, but IXO, what was that? IXO was slowly defending, slowly hitting back, kind of playing with Sixer, I guess, with his patience, jumping up and down, going over to the side, getting some boost, driving it up the wall. IXO hits it off the backboard, indicates, what was that? What is really a goal, maybe? But right now, IXO does take it over, jumps it over. He's kind of playing with the ball there, kind of showing off. And Sixer, I guess the motivation kind of has been lost here as IXO and Sixter taking it over to the blue side of the court and driving it up the ball. Driving up the wall. I can't talk. Driving up the wall further into that corner, and Sixter going back into the corner and over. Up to the ceiling, and IXO being there, but IXO actually scores right there from, was that in the air?
Yeah, and well, we saw the chats saying, "Is this going to be a Brazil?" As Sixer just scores in his own goal and ruins that Brazil for the viewers. So yeah, it's not going to be a second Brazil like it was in game 1. It might be done on purpose by Sixter, but yeah, definitely a decisive victory for IXO right here.
That's right. IXO does take home this round. He wins this round, and unfortunately, because of I do believe he wins this final as well.
Uh,
Because yes,
yeah,
I do
this is
believe
the
so. Yes,
semifinal.
this is the semifinal. Excuse me, because of my technical difficulties. Anyways, IXO does take home the victory, and we will be seeing the rematch of last week's 1v1 IXO versus Eichwolf in the final once again. And we will see that right after this break. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to this grand final of the Rewind Gaming 1v1 exclusive tournament. Here we will see Ixo versus Aiko, which is actually a rematch from last week's Rewind Gaming exclusive 1v1. Exactly the same scenario, Aiko versus Ixo, excuse me, and exactly the same casters as well. Base, are you excited?
Yes, I'm really excited to this one because last week we saw Eigwolf raising his eyebrows about the amazing kickoff Ixo showed him, and then we also had a really tight game with Ixo being really aggressive and Eigwolf being a fairly balanced player, but Eigwolf just being really good as well. So we had like a really fun game with a lot of attacking plays. And so far, what tends to happen until at least we saw it in the other semifinal, that there is a really one-sided game. One player definitely has the benefit, and we didn't see that last week in this matchup. So it's definitely going to be a really exciting matchup.
Yes, it is, and we do see that this is not. We already see it from the fact that it has there already been past like 40 seconds, and nothing has happened. So right now, Ixo does take out the wall here, and Eiko being there again for the defensive, which we already saw just a few seconds ago. So Eiko having control of the ball, dribbling it over. Ixo not letting it pass the middle line there, as Ixo does want to make an attack, but does not really quite get to it as he passes it on and kind of makes it a round and in front of the orange goal, but Ixo being there, taking control and putting in and making the first goal.
And Ixo definitely showing Eigwolf what he is made of and also what he is worth with getting a good flick over Eigwolf. Eigwolf didn't expect that one. He was just a little too far forward. And when Ixo made that flick after go, like normally when someone takes it in front of their goal, they will go into the corner and then take it from there. But Ixo cut in early. Eigwolf didn't expect it, and then Ixo realized that. He made a quick flip. A quick flip, and then got it over Eigwolf, and Eigwolf was just
blown away.
Blown away, pretty much.
He was blown away as right now it does seem open. Ixo waiting for the ball to end bouncing there, hitting it over and hitting the crossbar, which is really tensious here as Ixo takes it over to his side of the field, hitting it into the air, making sure Eigwolf does not get to it. Putting it down and right now bouncing off, hitting the goalpost, hitting the blue goalpost as both players went to get boost or something as Eigwolf does hit it over and does score a next goal, pulling this game into a draw.
Yeah, and we see, I think Ixo misses that ball, and then Eigwolf just realizes that and gets a quick shot in while Eigwolf and Eigwolf together is equal. But yes, and Eigwolf realizing Ixo is just out of position and then getting a quick shot, and Eigwolf wins the kickoff and makes another easy shot on Ixo, with Ixo just being too far away from the ball.
Eigwolf winning a kickoff against Ixo. That's something that we don't really see very often.
The thing last week was with the kickoff, Ixo is really strong on the diagonal one, and the normal ones, Eigwolf tends to win. But as long as you get that diagonal kickoff, Ixo can really devastate Eigwolf really with that kickoff.
I guess so. But excuse me, did you have something to say? I'm sorry.
No, definitely not.
All right. Okay.
Letting you do your work, but.
Okay. All right. So we do see Ixo taking it over and actually almost scoring. I was gonna say scoring, but almost scoring and barely missing that goal as Eigwolf takes control once again, hitting it back. Ixo wants to go for the defense there, but he does not. But then does actually in front of the goal, going to the roof, and Ixo does kind of take control and does score the next goal. What happened there?
Yeah, well, interesting goal right here. We see, it just was Ixo faking out Eigwolf, to be honest, and Eigwolf almost getting there, realizing it, but Ixo definitely shows to be really good at the drifting dribble. just getting a really quick cut back into somewhere, and then just we saw him busy with doing those kind of things last game, and well, we now see him use it against Igor, faking him out. And as I'm saying that, Ixo is caught a little bit off guard, and then Igor misses that one. Interesting.
That was interesting. But right now, Echo kind of bounces it off of his nose as it goes to the middle line, and Echo kind of hitting it over. The ball still staying in the orange half of the field, and a demo and a goal at one time, and a hat trick by Echo.
Yeah, and well, the hat trick isn't really surprising in once, but yeah, Ixo tried to get there, just couldn't get there, and well, he ends up demoing Eigwolf, but it didn't matter anymore. It was already over.
It was already over indeed. So, as Eigwolf does actually take the lead here, 3-2 in the first round here on the best of 5, I believe it is. As Ixo does kind of take control of the ball, hitting it over. On the other side, kind of hitting it straight. Eigwolf not being there does make Ixo pull this game into a draw. 1 minute and 9 seconds left with 3-3.
Yeah, and definitely, as we expected from the start, a really even game. Game 2 from the first semifinals seemed to me very even as well. I don't know about the other game in that semifinal, and well, we have seen Ixo definitely not getting an even matchup at all, winning 7-1 and 8-1 in both of his games. So yeah, it's definitely good to see that we have two players that are really close in skill to each other, and yeah, well, they are now 3-3, and as I'm saying that, it's now 4-3.
4-3 indeed, and Ixo does kind of win that battle there, as Eigwolf does not wasn't able to reach that in time, and Ixo does make that in. But to get back onto the semifinal, actually, Eigwolf in his first round of the semifinals, he beat his opponent something along the lines of 11-1 or 12-1 or something like that. So a lot of goals, and Eigwolf does make it, almost make another goal there, but Ixo being there in time. All good. So yes, no problem there. As Ixo does take it over to the middle line and takes it over into his goal. Eigwolf's goal makes the next goal.
Yeah, and Ixo, Eigwolf was waiting at the wall. Ixo decided to cut in, and then Eigwolf was, left at defending the wall, and then he couldn't do anything anymore. So yeah, bad positioning by Eigwolf right there, as Ixo makes a demo to keep himself cleared and giving himself so much more time, and as he is giving himself time, he makes another goal, and this game definitely looks over and going to be ending in favor of Ixo.
It does in the favor of Ixo, and we see those tactical demos. We saw them in his semifinal. We see it now. This is interesting, right? This is interesting. This is kind of maybe something new. We didn't really see this last week, but the timer does count on from the last 5 seconds. As Ixo does. Looks like Ixo is going to win this first round of the grand final. So right now, this is very interesting. If we do take a look at both of the players, we do see that either one of them has a potential of winning. Either one of them is very, very strong.
Yeah, well, we see this game 9 shots by Ixo, 8 shots by Eigwolf. The difference is just Ixo making 6 saves and Eigwolf only making 2, and that means that all except one, all of Ixo's shots were on target and going in. On the other hand, Eigwolf's shots also were all on target, but Ixo managed to save them all. So Eigwolf definitely has to do something about placing the balls better, but also defending a little bit better if he wants to win game 2.
Yes, so both teams have something to improve on. Both teams are doing really well in their excuse me, not teams, players. Both players doing really well. Both players doing really well in their areas. Both teams really have something to improve on as well. So this is really, really equal. As you to use your words, these are really, really equal. But right now, we as we move on to the next game, I want to hear I want to see this in the Twitch chat. Who do you think has a higher chance of winning this, in your opinion? Eichwolf or Ixo? Last week it was Eichwolf, and he does make another goal, so maybe it will be Eichwolf again. Let me know in the chat. But meanwhile, Eichwolf does make that 1-0.
Yeah, well, if you ask me, I think Eichwolf is going to win this one. Eichwolf is the higher rated player, but I think Eichwolf is a little bit more consistent than Ixo. We saw last week Ixo collapsing in one of the games a little. Eichwolf doesn't collapse usually. Eichwolf plays the same he always plays. Yeah, he's always fairly consistent, so I think Eichwolf has that advantage on that and is probably going to win game 2.
If he does, he will be very proud. That just increases his win streak, as he does actually. He is a regular player of and a regular winner of any of these 1v1, 2v2s, and 2v3 tournaments of any of the organizations, especially Rewind Gaming. As Eichel makes that tactical demo, essentially just giving him time to push that in kind of backward. Ixo, I don't think he reached there in time. Was that one?
Yeah, interesting. Just a good demo by Eichwolf, I guess, and then yeah, well, the goal was going in no matter what. It wasn't savable anymore, so fair to Eichwolf for getting that goal.
Very true, and Eichel is right now. He is already leading by 2 goals after only a minute of this game. So this is definitely more action than we saw earlier. But right now, Eichel does have control of the game, of the ball, as he takes it over to the middle line, orange side of the field. Ixo not letting him slip through this time, and as he takes it off Eichel. But right now they're kind of battling these two players. Who will get the ball next? It's always this question with like is there a tactical demo? What's happening here? Things like that. But right now Eichel does seem to be in front there as the ball moves over to the blue side of the field, which Eichel takes as his advantage, and Eichel hitting it over, but not really making it there. Essentially just going into the corner. Eichel going for boost, essentially going over, and Ixo not really being there more in time to defend and taking control. Eichel not even letting it split past the mid line there.
Yeah, and well, at the moment, Eichwolf is just playing the game out, to be honest. He's not doing anything too fancy. Well, he tried some things, but all the things he tried were for him safe. And as I say that, he baits the Ixo coming towards him, and then wins a very tactical 50-50, and Ixo is just left behind him, and then he gets an easy shot on the goal.
This is Caster's curse here, as we do say. He's kind of messing around, and he does score another goal. Like this is really uncommon, I guess you could say. Every time we say something, they make a goal, which I don't know if that has something to do with us or with the players, but Ixo does take it off from the top there. But Eichel's kind of messing around, playing around there. So Ixo takes it over, hits it off. So right now, I think Eichel is at a position where he's happy where he's at, right? He's in the lead, which is what he needs. We just have less than half of the game left. And right now, Eichel does take it over. Ixo hitting it over there. And does take Eichel kind of catching right past the midline, but Ixo coming back and does make the next goal.
Yeah, very nice goal by Ixo right here. The thing you need to realize, Ixo still has 2 minutes to get two other goals, so he has more than enough time. There have been 4 goals so far in this entire series of the entire game. that has taken them 3 minutes. So it's definitely well in Ixo's capabilities, but also seeing how the game is going, definitely we should be seeing at least two more goals in these last 2 minutes. And as I say that, we see Ixo just stealing that ball away from Eichwolf and getting an easy shot on target after a good 50-50.
Wow. Just wow. But you did say 2 goals in these 2 minutes. I mean, this is Rocket League 1v1s, right? These things move quickly. So I do I do give you a plus there, I guess. But right now, it's as I say that, he makes the second goal after 10 seconds.
Yes, and yeah, well, it's 3-3. The game is tied up, and well, at the moment, I think Ixo might be looking to make a comeback on Eichwolf and win this game too as well, and forcing Eichwolf, if he still wants to win, into a reverse sweep.
It's a reverse sweep, but Eichwolf not letting a chance there and pulling himself into the lead here.
Yeah, and well, we see so far Eichwolf, as we say, Ixo is going to come back this game, and then Eichwolf immediately scores. Ixo still has 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining, but it's going to be again a tough job, because getting past Eichwolf is something that's not easily done. It's easier to speak of than to actually do it, so we will be seeing if Ixo will manage it, and for the moment Eichwolf is just happy with keeping Ixo stuck into that corner.
Very, very true. Very, very true. And speaking of corners, Ixo does take it out of that corner along the side there, slowly moving, and Eichwolf not letting it slip past the midline again. He's very, very strong on the midline this time, as Ixo does take it over, and it is on the blue side now, as Eichwolf does take it over Ixo, and Eichwolf kind of having literally 50-50 as Ixo takes control of the ball and hits it back over to that side, to the blue side, and kind of setting himself up for a brilliant goal. That was a really brilliant goal, pulling this game into a tie.
Yeah, making a flick, but then realizing it's not quite on target, and then getting past it, flying up in the air, making sure he dips that ball in, and really it's like a self pass, to be honest.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Right now, Ixo is taking over and is taking control of the ball as the timer hits the 8-second mark. Ixo, however, if the ball is catching right now, and actually, never mind, we are indeed into overtime, which means golden goal style. This next goal does decide who is going to be the winner of this round, as this is the best of 3. So right now, and the winner is Ixo for this round. So next up,
Yeah, and if you look at the stats, it's very interesting, because Eichwolf had 9 shots on target and made 1 save. Ixo, on the other hand, had 5 shots. He made all of his shots work. So Ixo is definitely a little more precise in scoring those goals. And well, we see Ixo now going up 2-0 in the series, and now Eichwolf is going to be under a lot of pressure, because although he has won every single I'm not sure, but he has won most of the when he got to the final, he won the final. But this might be something else this time for Eichwolf, because being 2-0 down in the final is not something he will be proud of at all. So it's going to be interesting.
Eichwolf having that win streak is very, I guess, down. Like the mood is rather a down talking mood. As Eichwolf, anytime we see him in a tournament, he always tends to win. Actually, he always tends to win that tournament. So We shall see. We shall see. If this is a very, very deciding one. If Eichholf wins this, we see the next game. If Eichholf does not, that means Eichholf did break his win streak. But right now, we do see the next kickoff. No one really winning it in that sense, going over to the orange side as Eichholf and Ixo kind of battled there. Ixo taking control. Eichholf not even letting it pass through the middle line again. Eichholf, we do see the pressure on Eichholf as he does push, and Ixo kind of defending that goal. Eichholf being in control once again, kind of hitting it over like there with a knothead, hitting the crossbar. But Eichholf does want to go for that, and he does score the goal.
Good shot right there by Eichholf. A bit of a scramble right there in front of the goal, and then making a silly touch really, and then just squeezing that ball into the goal.
And he does write into the chat negative self-confidence, which is kind of what really is not really what he should have when he is 2-0 up in this game. Like, it's, I don't know, but right now 10 seconds for the second goal to happen.
Yeah, and well, Eichholf is doing everything a little faster, definitely making sure to prove that to let Ixo know that he definitely does not want to go down in a 3-0 sweep. And yeah, it's interesting. Ixo will still have to score 2 goals, but Eichholf needs to prevent losing this game, because if he loses this game, it's going to be one game for Ixo. I mean, Ixo is on match points, really, and well, Eichholf not used to be in this situation in an RG tournament, so definitely interesting to see how Eichholf will handle this pressure of needing to win next 3 games to even win this one. And Ixo makes a nice air drag and then getting an extra touch on it and leaving. Yeah, well, Eichholf over at his hand, because Eichholf was coming up, but then immediately had to return, really.
That was a really, really nice air sweep there from Ixo, essentially giving him the next chance. So one more goal and we're tied once again. But right now, Ixo is kind of does seem to be kind of stand out here. But Eichholf, that is very true. You did mention that Eichholf, the pressure that Eichholf is under right now. If you imagine yourself having a win streak of a Brazilian, like countless tournaments really, and then losing to Ixo in the final, like that, it's very as I already said, in a down talking mood. But right now, let's get back into, I say that, and let's get back into the game, as Ixo does take a pass that ball over, essentially just a pass to Eichholf. Eichholf having it onto the wall, not really gaining control as Ixo passes it over into the goal. Eichholf not really letting it bounce there, and Eichholf almost makes the goal as Ixo is strengthening his defense here, and Ixo hitting off the goalpost and hitting it over, and Ixo right now coming over, and Eichholf is really as I said, really strengthening his defense, as he doesn't really, he already knew that his offense is not that strong. As I say that, he does make another goal.
Yeah, and well, you have been hit with the cost curse once again, but no, yeah, Eichholf realizing Ixo doesn't have that much boost, and then is too far to the wall, and then makes a good long shot and catches Ixo off guard really. So yeah, good job by Ixo, and then Eichholf almost making another goal, and now it's 4-1. So Ixo, if he still wants to close this series after this game, will need to score 3 more goals to get it into overtime, and preferably 4. So doing the maths, that's going to be 1 goal every 33 seconds, a little less every 32 seconds. So Ixo definitely has to speed up as he then fills his wall attempt, and then well, Eichholf doesn't score that one, and he gets away with that one, I guess.
I guess, but I mean, these are Rocket League 1v1s, as you already mentioned, quick goals, but Eichel, actually, that was very, very quick. Getting over Ixo, kind of going through the corner, taking kind of wide, essentially just passing into the blue side of the field. Echo wanting to take control there, but Ixo is really, really strong, and Ixo actually makes the next goal.
Yeah, and Ixo gives himself at least 1 minute and 25 to score himself two more goals. And at that point, it's going to be overtime goal style. So, and he has all the time in the world as long as he doesn't get scored upon himself. But yeah, Ixo definitely still in this game. 1 minute 25 is a lot in 1v1 terms. So yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, and making a really smart bump right there. But Igolf gets an incredible recovery, to be honest, because Igolf was high up and then just comes out of nowhere on Ixo's cam and making that incredible save, and Igolf just flicks the ball over Ixo now and gets an amazing goal.
Oh my god, I don't really know what to say. Igolf, Ixo kind of going for a boost or what? Yeah, I think he was going for the corner boost there, leaving an open net and leaving it open for Igolf to score. As they both go for the next kickoff. No one really wins this kickoff as such, as Ixo does take it over to the blue side of the field, but Igolf not even letting him anywhere near that goal area there of the DFH stadium here. But right now Igolf is taking over, and the ball is in the orange side once again. Now that is an open goal. He would be a fool not to score, but does he play? Yes, he does.
Yeah, Igolf taking his time, making sure that there is less time for Ixo to make that, like make 4 more goals now. I mean, just stretching out that time is giving your opponent so much less time, and he has enough goals to be safe.
Yes, definitely. And right now, I wasn't even started talking, and Ixo wins that kickoff, and we do see one of those typical kickoff goals that we saw last week as well.
Yes, and well, Ixo getting a nice goal, and so he still has 24 seconds for 3 goals. Looks a little tight on my schedule.
It's a 1v1. 1v1. We must not forget that. But right now, Ixo does want to take it over, and he does. It's now on the blue side of the field, as we have 8 seconds left of this game. Ixo needing to make this goal, and he just needs to make 3 more goals, and he does not. In fact, as the timer hits 0, the ball bounces off, and Igolf wins this round of 1v1 grand final. And so Igolf, in a sense, we can say Igolf is back.
Yeah, well, Igolf managed to win his first game. Maybe that relieved some pressure on him, but also Ixo has had a bad game right now, so Ixo definitely can now win, hopefully, and then we will see a miracle happen where Igolf gets defeated in a final, really. I mean, hasn't been done that much.
No, that really hasn't been done that much, but Ixo just has to win one more game. But Igolf has to win 3 games, but not only that, it is if Igolf does lose his win streak here, it's devastating. Now I finally found that word. Devastating. But right now we do see that Ixo is taking control once again. Igolf scoring. What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Ixo being a bit too relaxed on the midfield, and Igolf just steals that ball away from Ixo and getting an easy goal, a relatively easy goal. It's not an easy goal to make, but yeah.
Igolf is very, very, how could you say, he's feeling the pressure, he's feeling that he needs to win this game. He needs to win this game. But as I say that, Ixo does take it over to the blue side of the field and actually makes the goal from there.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was some Dutch right there. But yeah, Ixo definitely trying to stay in this game because Ixo only needs one game, 1-1 game, and then he basically wins this tournament. So yeah, Ixo definitely making a good flick right there. Both players have a really low boost, and then just Eigolf being angry in the chat that he cannot half flip and that he wants to yeah, kill himself. I don't know how appropriate that is to say on stream, but yeah, Eigolf definitely having some problems right there on those small.
But
things.
is he salty or is he more joking around? I think it's more joking around. But let's stay nice and sporting him, not talk about people killing themselves. Instead, we should talk about Eigolf's goal right there with pulling himself into a draw.
Yes, and well, we definitely see Eigolf not giving up either, as Ixo wants to win this game. Eigolf wants to win this game as well, because if Eigolf wins this game, he's on match point as well, and then it's going to be whoever wins the next game is winning the tournament.
God. Oh my god, look at that. Ixo being there, saving him. Eigolf going again, Ixo not being, actually kind of being there, but the ball was already in the goal. Now that was really, really good defense from Ixo, I must say. Don't you think so?
Yeah, well, Ixo was trying to get there. He got a good save on the first attempt, and then he almost got around on the second attempt, but definitely also good pressure by Eigolf. And as I say that, Ixo makes, well, he baits Eigolf in, and then he just goes for the air drag and gets it just above Eigolf, but just enough so Eigolf cannot touch it and interrupt the ball momentum, and the ball just rolls into Eigolf's goal.
Right, that is very true, very, very true. But I didn't even start talking, and Ixo already makes the next goal. And he does win that kickoff right away, recovering himself from that kind of roll and already being there from the center into the goal.
Yeah, Ixo just touching ground a little earlier and getting control of his car just a little earlier, and then for that reason alone he gets a goal. But being only 1 minute and 30 seconds in, we have already seen 7 goals. So if these guys continue in that pace, and as I'm saying that Eigolf is going for a demo on Ixo and just demos Ixo and then returns to his ball and makes an easy goal. Awesome to see this being done by Eigolf and also Ixo.
This is kind of a head-to-head race, you could say. Head-to-head race. Kind of being there, one goal after another, one goal from each party after another. So Eigolf, Ixo, Eigolf, Ixo. Right now, again, the ball is on the blue side of the field again. Ixo trying to make a play here, but Eigolf being there more like earlier, trying to hit the goalpost, but nope. Ixo does take control. Eigolf kind of interrupting his line of dribble there. Ixo needs to get more boost. He does, hitting it off the backboard, and no one being there, unfortunately, because this is a 1v1, and Eigolf using that to his advantage and does score the next goal.
Yeah, and well, just it's an unfortunate back wall bounce for Ixo and Eigolf just scoring that goal. Where in the friendly, most players wouldn't have scored that goal. In these kinds of matches, they definitely do get scored, and well, we see Eigolf doing that, and Ixo almost getting another goal, but I think he slowed down in the end right there, and for that reason he doesn't get the goal, and Eigolf just gets past Ixo right there, and Ixo doesn't manage to get back in time, and it's a goal for Eigolf.
It's a goal for Eigolf. It's a goal for Eigolf. But Ixo wants to get there and kind of pushes it in, because again, he does not get there in time. But right now, the next kickoff we see, the ball goes over into the orange side of the field, which is very interesting. But knowing that everything is on the line here, Ixo just needs to do 2 more goals in with about half of this match left, at least, and then not being scored upon. Because if we do remember, Ixo just needs to win this one game. He needs to win this one game, and he is the winner of the 1v1 tournament. But right now, as I say that, Ixo does try to make an attempt. Iko bring back on the wall, kind of take control, and does score again.
Yeah, good goal by Igolf now. And well, just looking at the facts right now, Ixo needs to score 3 goals in 2 minutes. Definitely possible for him to do, but it's going to be tight for him to score those 3 goals. Because if he doesn't, it's going to go to a deciding match. And well, where Ixo started off really strong, he's now looking to struggle a little with Igolf being so consistent and being so good in every single game he plays.
Oh my god, the tensions are really high right now. It is possible, as you just said, and that is why tensions are so high. Because this might be the deciding factor, as the ball is actually on the blue side of the field. Ixo wanting to take control, and actually does score, as you said. Scoring is possible, and he does. He does catch up with only now being in a 2-goal deficiency.
Yeah, and well, good goal by Ixo right there. And yeah, 2 goals remaining, and definitely possible in 1 minute and 32 seconds.
Yep. That was a really good kickoff. Hitting of the ceiling there onto the ground. Ixo taking control once again. So Ixo really doesn't really. Excuse me, I'm confusing myself, and I say that there is a goal. So Ixo catches up. He's catching.
Yeah, 1 goal remaining, 1 minute and 14 seconds. Every time he scores a goal, he gives himself more time for the next goal. So definitely really positive for Ixo in that matter. But yeah, still needs to score 1 goal on Igolf. And although 1 goal doesn't seem much, on Igolf it's a ton of effort to score just 1 goal.
Oh yeah, it's a ton of effort. It is possible, but it's a ton of effort. As the timer hits the 1 minute mark, Igolf takes it over to the orange goal, kind of hitting the crossbar there, but Ixo being there more on time, as Igolf gets this boost ball, gaining himself some time, hitting it over, Ixo being there defending, and Igolf does score again, putting him back into a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, and definitely a good goal by Igolf right there. And yeah, well, now 2 goals, it's going to be hard for Ixo to score those. Because 36 seconds is not much time to play with at all. I mean, he definitely does need one of his previous tournament signature moves in the kickoff. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing how Ixo is going to play this one, as Igolf scores another goal, and now it's going to, well, now it's going almost for sure into a game 3 of a game 5, I mean, and well, now it's going to come up to game 5, and also with that the deciding match. And is Igolf going to be able to reverse sweep Ixo, or is Ixo going to come in after losing 2 games in a row and just winning that last game, and well, almost in a sense wasting Igolf's time?
We have hit double digits, my friend. We have hit double digits, 10 to 6. Ixo, Igolf scoring there on Ixo. And so yes, in a sense, the next game is the all deciding factor. Ixo wins the final. Ixo wins the tournament. Igolf wins the tournament, because right now this looks like yes, and does indeed go to Igolf. This round goes to Igolf. So what are your predictions for this last very deciding match?
To be honest, it could go both ways, but I'm going to stick to what I said earlier, and iGolf is the more consistent player, so I think iGolf is going to win this last game. Also, something off of the stream, the Toasty and Carrie just both from Nexus Gaming just donated the entire prize pool. So I want to give a huge thanks to Mr. Toasty Muffins and Carrie Tess and also Nexus Gaming for keeping this tournament going to happen in more instances. Because thank you for the donation. I want to say.
Not just thank you for the donation. I would say it is a big thank you also keeping up the competition and making sure that competition stays alive. Nexus Gaming, Rewind Gaming. Thank you so much for that donation. Right now we're getting ready for the all deciding match. The one and only Ixo versus Icewolf. You excited?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match, but I definitely do think iGolf is going to win this one. He's just a more consistent player, and for that reason, I think he's going to win it. And Ixo, if he still wants to win it, he needs to put in just as much offensive pressure as he did game 1 and 2. In game 3 and 4, we didn't see him that much, and well, definitely in his game 1 and 2, we saw him playing really offensive, and it worked against iGolf. And well, he definitely needs to return to that mentality of playing, as iGolf is now up 1 goal, and he definitely needs to score more goals than iGolf. I think for him, that's the best tactic to play against iGolf. Just score more than iGolf does.
That's generally a very good tactic. If you're playing against iGolf, score more than iGolf does. If you're playing any opponent, but and that's my opinion. But because you kind of have to do that to win. But iGolf there with the demo, gaining himself some time, except not really certain that Ixo is still there, hitting him back over to the blue side of the field. Now we see Ixo taking up the wall, hitting the ceiling, and iGolf hitting it back into the field and almost scoring there, going into the goal post and up the wall, which is kind of amazing. But iGolf does score again, so you do think iGolf wins this, which indeed would not break his win streak, which indeed looks very, very likely right now.
Yeah, and well, Ixo scoring 2 goals should be no problem for him. It's just he needs to start scoring the goals, because in game 3 and 4 he wasn't scoring enough goals, and well, in game 5 he will need to if he wants to win this game. I mean, game 3 and 4 were okay for him to lose because he already had his 2 game wins from game 1 and 2. But if he wants to win, he will need to do something now, because at the moment he's being outclassed by iGolf.
I guess so. He's being outcast, but right now iGolf does score that goal, and it is actually, if you look at the timer, 3 goals, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. 3-3-3-3. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. But anyways, as we continue, iGolf does get back there in time, but Ixo, except not really, as iGolf is writing something that what knows in the chat, but Ixo does make him his first goal in this all-deciding match.
Yeah, and iGolf made a mistake right there, and well, we saw him get a little angry, just saying "what the fuck," and then just spamming his keyboard right there, just being a bit mad, and then well, nothing to do about that one.
At this point, I would just like to remind everyone in the Twitch chat, and also maybe and the Rewind Gaming crew, that this is a PG-rated channel. So right now, yes, he is definitely mad. He's definitely mad that he did win, and he did get scored upon in the all-deciding match. Now, I mean, that is a pretty big thing, but Ixo, and especially because Ixo right now is still in control of the game, of the ball, excuse me. But iGolf going back up, getting in front of his goal, into the corner, up on the side. Ixo catching it from the middle line there, taking over. Eichel bounces it off the ceiling. The ball, letting the ball bounce and having control of the ball, dribbling it forward. But Ixo being there, well out of his goal, but still in time to defend that goal, take it up, take it over to actually not take it over yet. As I say that, Eichwolf actually takes it over, makes sure the ball stays on the orange side of the field. Ixo having better tactics there. Ixo wanting to take control, but doesn't really get the chance to. But Aiko fitting it back, coming back, and Ixo being there more in time though. As
Yeah,
Ixo,
definitely a lot less scoring game this last game, and well, Ixo still needs 2 goals, and as I say, that I think he needs 3 goals right now. He got 1 minute and seconds on the clock, so that's 29 seconds to be precise, but roughly 30 seconds for each goal he has to score. So it's going to be interesting if Ixo will manage that, or if Ixo will get reverse swept by Eichwolf.
it's interesting. It is. The tensions are high here at the DFH Stadium. Tensions are very, very high. Aiko or Ixo, who will take down the $15 prize pool tonight? May it be Ixo who just scored?
I don't know. He now has more than 40 seconds for each goal, so yeah, definitely good that he scored his goal really quick. But well, he needs to keep up this pace if he still wants to go to an overtime and have a chance at winning. Because yeah, 2 goals are not easy to score against Eichwolf, with Eichwolf also being really good in his offensive play. So yeah, definitely going to be a bit of a question.
We see a lot of back and forth here. Ixo does make sure that it's defended though of his goal. And okay, right. So yeah, Aiko gets over and kind of playing once again. Ixo defending that shot. We have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds for Ixo to make 2 goals. Possible. Very, very possible in 1v1. But right now it actually increases and make sure that this deficit increases from 2 to 3, and Eichwolf takes himself into the lead with 5-2.
Yeah, a 3 goal deficit, and this is going to be really hard for Ixo to overcome in this last 25 seconds. So I think it's safe to say Eichwolf has won this one, but I'm not saying anything because Rocket League is a really quick game and things can happen in a matter of seconds.
In a
but
matter of seconds. And
at this moment, with 8 seconds left, I think it's over. Yeah, now
there it
maybe
is.
last goal and then maybe a kickoff goal, but 3 seconds is just too low amount of time to score 2.
But we
goals.
may see 2 very fast kickoff goals. It's still possible. But again, I do agree that we can call this a game, especially as Ixo does lose this kickoff and Eichwolf scores again. 1 second left. Ixo actually left the match, if I see that correctly. Ixo already left the match with 1 second left. And he said, "I learned from Farah Senpai."
Yeah, and I
believe that is a game, right?
Yeah, I think Ixo was thinking that it was 0 seconds and left because of that reason, but it's fine nonetheless. And Eichwolf wins the game in a good fashion for him. I mean, he had a rough game 1 and 2, but after that we saw him being the consistent player he is and winning game 3, 4, and 5, and in the end winning the series.
Winning the series, and not only that, but also not losing his win streak with these tournaments, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. I would not be surprised if we do see Wolf back again on Saturday with our weekly 3v3 tournament hosted once again by Rewind Gaming. Guys, make sure you tuned in for that. But for right now, my name is Julius, and I was accompanied by Base. This is us from the DFH Stadium, signing out.
Ciao.